Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Backwave. I haven't uploaded in a hot minute. I think it's been a year. ADHD is a bitch. Tell me about it. But if there's anything that can get me off my fat ass and back to the desk to record a new video, it would be a wave of support for my favorite archetype. And what do you know, baby? Magnet Warrior support. The Magnet Warrior support is real. So, for those of you who don't know, Magnet Warrior is my favorite archetype of all time, and for those of you who don't know, Magnet Warrior sucks ass as an archetype. Every new piece of support they get is like a cock tease that there's a better card coming. What is it? When the first three electromagnets came out, they could only summon like vanillas from the deck. Then they got Delta, and then Delta had nothing good to send to the graveyard. Then they got what is it? Induction with no card to search, Induction. Then they got Epsilon, which is a good card to summon off Induction, but still no way to search Induction. Then what is it? This year we've gotten like two other cards. There's the new level 7 guy, I'm pretty sure, that sends two cards to the graveyard, which is really cool, but we didn't have two good cards to send to the graveyard. And then we got Omega Plus, which is a good card to send to the graveyard and does actually tie up a lot of loose ends, but it's not like load bearing, it's not gonna fix every problem the archetype has. But from what I've seen here, there's five new cards. So I'm really excited. I really hope it fixes it. And from what I see, the first card is a Magna Warrior, which means we're getting what is it? Beta? No, not beta, Zeta, and the new Magnet Warrior for Delta Epsilon Zeta. So let's get into it. Tell us Rion the Magnet Warrior cannot be normal summon slash set, must be slash one by banishing one Magnet Warrior oh, it's more Bastion support. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not upset about that. It's just surprising. By banishing a Magnet Warrior E. No, I don't. I don't know my Roman numerals. Uh, E plus and Magnet Warrior E minus from your hand, face up field, and or graveyard. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can target a monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Or if there is an Earth monster at activation, take control of it instead. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you contribute this card, special summon two of your banished Magnet Warriors. This is pretty good. It's not like mind-blowingly good, but Magnet Warrior has no real win con. It has Imperium Magnum, but they have not mentioned the fact that this archetype can fusion summon for the past like 10 years. So, I'm not getting my hopes up for new fusion support for this archetype. But other than that, this is actually really good. Also, just being a, what is it, Snatch Steal or Pop is also really nice. Alright, next one. Please be the Spell Trap Searcher or a fusion spell. That would go kind of crazy. Magnet Warrior E plus. Oh my god, it's the guy. It's the guy I used the photo of for my April Fool's video. Oh my god, it's my man. All opponent's monsters must attack if able while you control an Earth monster. You choose the attack targets for your opponent's attacks while they control it. While they control an Earth monster. Wait, while they control it? Okay, I'm not questioning it. If this card is sent to the graveyard, target a level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior in your graveyard, accept it, and add it to your hand or special summon it. That's alright. Oh no, the hope is leaving my eyes. We haven't had anything mind-blowing yet. There's no spell trap searcher. Oh no. Two cards in, I can't get too upset yet. There's another three cards to look through. E minus, it's the other guy. It's the other guy I've seen photos of. You can reveal this card in your hand. Fusion Fusion! Fusion Sport! Oh my god, that's actually so good. Reveal this card in your hand. Fusion summon a extract using rock monsters from your hand, including this card. Including this card? The fuck am I using you for? No. Oh my god, is it gonna be a new fusion card? Oh my god. Hell yeah. If it's normal or special summon, you can send a level 8 Magna Warrior from your deck to the graveyard. And once per turn, an attack is declared, you can negate that attack. Okay, who gives a shit? Oh, new fusion support. That actually gives me hope. New fusion support. Also sends a Magna Warrior. I don't know why I need to send a Magna Warrior, but wait, can you summon yourself from grave? Uh, oh, okay. Oh, oh, it can only summon itself from grave. Okay, that makes sense. It doesn't really synergize with E Alpha then, but yeah, fuck it, it works. New Fusion PogChamp, New Fusion PogChamp, 2 of rocks, Conduction Knight, Plasma Magnum. If it's got a fusion summon, you can add a Magnet, Normal, Quick Play, or Field Spell. The Magnet Warrior spellcard searcher is real! Oh my god! Monsters on the field. All monsters on the field become Earth. You can send a level 8 Magnet Warrior from your deck to the graveyard, including the Earth's card. Normal Summon. Oh my god, additional Normal Summon. That's actually really nice. Oh my god. Additional normal summon plus a quick play spell searcher. It's not really what I was hoping for. I'm hoping for like a guy that can revive himself and then do it. But you know, that's still a way to do it. Plus, what is it? You can get there off Beta Search Magnet Z. Yeah, so I'm seeing lines. I'm seeing lines. New spell, and this is the last one. During the main phase, activate one of these effects. Add a Conduction Warrior Linear Magnum Plus or level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior. Oh, it's Rhoda. It's Rhoda that also searches the other guy that isn't a Magnet or Magna Warrior. That's cool. Adds a Magna Warrior or fusion summons by shuffling rock monsters from a hand, field, or graveyard. Um, yeah, I'd have to get in my tank, but like, oh my god. I could make this work. I could so make this work. Right, so after the first hour into Magnet Warrior, I've got to say these cards aren't really what I was hoping for. They are good, don't get me wrong. They do fill a lot of holes, but they just don't fill them very well. So let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to start off with the deck profile by talking about what we're not playing actually. First of all, Alpha and Delta. So the new Magnet Warrior support cards enable so much of the new Magnet Warrior support cards. They don't really synergize that well with the older ones. Like Alpha doesn't really have anything to search, and it still doesn't. And Delta, you think would be fucking eating right now. Every new, like all the good new Magnet Warrior support cards just have a graveyard effect. But unfortunately, if you send them to the graveyard, you really get nothing. What, you're gonna send Epsilon Plus and Reborn nothing after you normal summon this? What, you're gonna send Omega Plus and then just trade the Delta for the Omega Plus? Like, it really just gets you nowhere, and that's really tragic. Speaking of tragic, Imperium Magnum, the deck's premier boss monster, does not have a home here. I mean, it really should, right? Like, there's two different mechanisms of which you can send level 8 Magna Warriors. The new spell card can fusion summon from grave by shuffling cards into the deck. It should have its home here, but unfortunately, it's just too bricky and it takes up too much of your resources to really commit to it. And I think that's kind of tragic because this card is goddamn insane. It's Baron de Fleur, but better in every way. Its Omni Negate is once per turn instead of once while it's on the field. It can reborn two guys instead of one. It's just such a good card. Oh, I'm so upset we can't play it. And next up, just some engines you could play. Primate, there's vanilla Magnet Warriors. So if you really wanted to, you could play the Primate engine. I don't think it's worth it though, to be honest. Uh, this one's just here to represent any one rank 4 engine, honestly. Because if you get to any rank 4, you can make a Gallon Granite, and then Gallon Granite searches out Conduction Warrior and then hatches full combo from there. So just food for thought. And finally, Doki Doki. Doki Doki is effectively just to filter out all the bad Magnet Warriors in your hand and try to get to a better one. Uh, Nothing else to really say about this one. He's just kind of there. Finally, fusions. There isn't many. There isn't actually a lot of good rock fusion monsters you can make with the new support, but some you could make are these skulls or the fossils, whatever the fuck you want to file these guys under as. These cards are all right. They're just FTK enablers. So if you don't think you can punch hard enough, just throw one of these fuckers in there. All right, and finally, let's actually talk about what we're playing. Free Conduction Warrior Linear Magnum Plus. It cannot be normal special summoned / set. Must be special summoned from the hand by Sending any two Magnet Warriors whose level are 4 or lower from your deck to your graveyard. That's right, baby. This thing is a Foolish Burial for 2 that summons itself. Then it has like an attack modulation effect, and if it's destroyed, it gets added back to the hand. So that synergizes really well with the Omega Plus. So that's cool. That's cool, I guess. Finally, one of the only old Magnet Warriors to actually make it into the list. What, I think this guy's coming up on a decade old now, and he's still cooking. Beta the Electromagnet. When he is summoned, you can add a level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior from your deck to your hand, and during your opponent's turn, you can special attribute himself in order to special summon a level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior from your deck. Sorry, level 4 Magnet Warrior from your deck on a quick effect. Uh, yeah, no, it's good. He's just a starter. He is the weakest of the starters, I might add, because Conduction Warrior Linear Magnum just does so much for the archetype. But yeah. Next up, Epsilon. When he's normal summoned, when he's normal or special summoned, you can send a level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior from your deck to the graveyard. His name becomes the name of that guy you just sent, and then he can reborn a guy from your graveyard with a different name from the ones that are on your field. Uh, he's a really good combo piece. What is it? Just slapping one of these guys down in the middle of your combo just can generate so much material. It's just such a nice card. Next up, Omega Plus. Both the effects are once per turn, and if it's in your hand or graveyard, you can destroy another rock monster you control from your hand or field. And if you do special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. And when a earth monster on the field activates its effect, you can quick effect tribute summon itself in order to target a card on the field in order to Book of Moon it. It's just one extra envelope piece that also doubles as an extender. It's just alright. Finally, the last new starter for this deck. Magnet Bonding. Insanely good card. This is the fusion spell the deck needed. It's also the road the deck needed. Next up, Magnet Induction. Control a Magnet Warrior whose original level is 4 or lower. Special summon a level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior with a different name than the cards you control from the deck. Also protects your guys from battle or card effects. That's neat. I never noticed that, actually. Finally, Magnetic Field. If you control a level 4 or lower Earth Rock monster, you can target a level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior in your graveyard, and then special summon it. And then once per turn, it's just a battle trick as well that bounces guys to the hand if a guy attacks. So yeah. Also, the other oldest card in the deck came out in the same structure deck as Beta, I'm pretty sure. So that's neat. 4 old cards. Next up, Epsilon Plus. First of the new guys. Attack modulation effect, attack modulation effect. If it's sent to the graveyard, you can target a level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior in your graveyard, except itself, and then add it to your hand or special summon it. It's alright. Epsilon minus. You can reveal it in your hand or to fusion summon a guy by using rock monsters from your hand or field, including itself. And then if it's normal or special summon, send a level 8 Magna from your deck to your graveyard. And then a attack negation effect. That only triggers when it's 2 rock monsters, when it's 2 earth monsters. You know, that's something. These cards are pretty fundamentally important to your combo. You really want to play them at 1 as well as Omega Plus, but you can't for reasons I'll get to in a second. Next up, the new Magna Warrior, and the first one you actually want to play. Telesrion, Telesrion. I still don't know how to pronounce it. It can be summoned by banishing both the Magna Epsilons from your graveyard. And then once per turn, when your opponent activates a card effect, target a monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Or if it was an Earth monster, you can just take it. Yeah, Dryden's fine. Dryden's perfectly fine. And then during the opponent's turn, you contribute it in order to special summon 2 of your banished Magnet monsters. So it just summons back the Epsilons that you banished to summon it. Next up, we are on the Adamant Spaders. The Adamant Spaders are just too strong not to pass up on. I mean, how am I going to pass up on? Summons itself from hand, then potentially summons another one from deck, enables like a bunch of really good synchro tools that Rock Monsters have. So, like, how can you pass up on this? It fits perfectly in, right? Okay, so you know how at the start I mentioned that we can't play Delta or Alpha, which is 2 guys that we theoretically want to play 3 of in the deck? So, there is kind of a problem here with that. Okay, so let's look at our current Rock Monster lineup real quick. and see which ones we can and can't summon off of the Adamant betas. We can't summon Conduction Linear. We can summon Beta. So we have 3, 5, 7, 9, 10. We have 10 guys that we can summon off them. Now, let's count how many of these guys we want to put on the field. Beta. That's it. You only really want to hit Beta off these. And even then, it's just not that good. These guys can really only find a Beta, and that's it. I mean, like, the best you can do with these guys is convert them into a Raptite and just go again, right? And then, it just doesn't feel good. Like, the best you can do with an analyzer is, like, hope you hit a 4 and then go make a Gallon to such, like, Induction Linear Magnum. I mean, they're good cards, but, like, there just isn't enough names playable in this deck at the moment to really feel not grimy. It just kind of feels unnatural at the moment. I don't really know how to put it, just doesn't feel good. Finally, we have non-engine, we have Prosby, 2 Nib, 2 Vela, Cold by Ash for Impa. Then in the extra deck, we have 2 of the new guy, the second fusion monster for this archetype, Conduction Knight Plasma Magnum. If it's fusion summoned, you can add a magnet, normal, quick play, or field spell from your deck to your hand. All monsters in the field become earth monsters, and then once per turn, you can send a level 8 Magna Warrior from your deck to your graveyard, and immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon a level 4 or lower Magna Warrior. So this card is insanely good. It's everything you really want. It's new fusion support, it searches the shell cards that you need, it can give you an extra normal summon. There is one slight issue with it though. So, Magnet Induction needs you to control a Magnet Warrior monster. And notably, this isn't a Magnet Warrior monster, and this key distinction makes Beta such a worse starter. Because Beta won't have a second name on field. It won't have a Magnet Warrior name on field for when you get the induction, so you have to search out, what is it? Magnet bonding instead and search conduction, which is fine. It's just not really going to get you as far as being such an induction would. Also, this fun effect, I never really came up in testing. I'm sure it'll come up as I play more games, but like, just felt like nothing because you're already putting the card in the graveyard with E minus effect, and then you're already kind of putting everyone else on the field. It'll come up eventually. Like if I ever open like an Epsilon plus something else, I could use it, but for now it just hasn't come up. Next up, we're on our small synchro suite. Dragite just really good at clearing boards. This is also just another good reason to have more rock monsters. It just makes this card so much more consistent. 2 Raptide, again, just excavates everything, tries digging you deep for a good card. Crystal Wing, just in case you have like errant material lying around. Barkion and Naturia Beast, 2 really good cards that the Adamant Spiders enable specifically. It's just so nice to have these and actually have good consistency to them. Good consistent ways to get to them. Next up, we have Gallon Granite. Just really good card for the archetype. Good card for rocks in general. Nothing really much to say. Baguska, Access Kotorka, Elsa, Cross Sheep. I'm not too sure on Cross Sheep. I think this is the most cuttable card. I have it in here because it generates more material, but I don't think it does that much for the deck. Then finally an IP and a SP. So with that, let's get into the replays. Alright, so our first replay here, I'm pretty sure this is the beta one. If it is, I shouldn't be shuffling it back. No, this might be the Conduction Warrior. I don't know, I didn't order these very well. Yeah, it's Conduction Warrior. Here we go. Alright, so we'll go Conduction Warrior first up. Alright, So we'll go Conduction Warrior, send in the new Epsilon and the Beta, summon back Beta, Beta at other Epsilon. Epsilon will fuse itself off of Conduction in order to summon out that guy. Magnet Conduction in order to go for Epsilon. Epsilon will then... Fucking Christ, I'm going to... God, I'm not going to be able to hear myself speak. Okay, so we're going to go Epsilon milling Omega Plus in order to then reborn Epsilon. Epsilon will then mill Telestrion. go Gallant Granite, we'll then Gallant Granite for a copy of Researcher. We'll then Researcher to the field in order to then, here you should always excavate, it's just a replay, we're not relying on luck. Put in Shuri Beast on the field, we'll banish those two in order to put the Telestri on the field, we'll tribute that for Oracle. No, not Oracle, Omega, and then pass. And that's our end board. For those of you who don't know what's going on, this is a Pop, a Imperial Order, and a Book of Moon. Tell me about it, right? That's a N board. That a deck that is like 1/4 of a detonator right there. Holy, oh my god, Magnet Warrior best deck. Anyway, next one. This should be our beta. Oh yeah, well, so yeah, 1 card beta combo. Alright, we'll normal summon our beta out. We'll go beta effect. We'll search out Epsilon minus. We'll Epsilon minus and grip in order to. I'm gonna mute this one as well. In order to fusion summon out, the new guy will then use his effect in order to search out Magnet Bonding. Will then Magnet Bonding for a copy of Linear Magnum. Will then Linear Magnum sending a copy of the Oracle, the Epsilon Plus and Epsilon Neutral. Will then Epsilon Plus summoning back Epsilon Neutral. Epsilon Neutral will then mill the copy of Omega and then reborn back Epsilon Minus. Epsilon Minus will then mill Telesrion. And then from there, we will then. I'm just viewing my extract a lot. Make a cross sheep. Make a cross sheep. I don't remember doing that. Tribute those. Summoning back that. We'll then activate that effect in order to add that back to the hand. Summoning back beta. We'll then use that effect, banishing 2 in order to summon itself back, and then we'll banish these 2 in order to put a SP on the field and pass. Yeah, I feel like this one is the most improvable one, honestly. Like I said, Cross Sheep just doesn't really do that much. I effectively traded 2 material for 1 material there. Like, I just didn't need to do that. And finally, just a hand I had. So we're going to start off with the Magnet Bonding here. Quick little TLDR, the Magnet Bonding is just a Conduction Warrior Searcher, and that's all it does. From here, we will then summon it out by milling a copy of Beta and Epsilon Plus. Epsilon Plus summon back Beta. Beta will then search Epsilon Minus. Epsilon Minus effect will then fuse itself off with the Conduction Warrior in order to summon out new Conduction Warrior. Conduction Warrior for Induction. Induction will then summon out an Epsilon Neutral. Epsilon Neutral will then mill a Omega in order to summon back Epsilon Minus. Epsilon Minus sending Telesrion. Link these 2 off for Cross Sheep. Oh yeah, I did make a Cross Sheep here. Like I said, Cross Sheep just does nothing. I really regret making it. We'll then put a Researcher on the field. We'll then activate the Cross Sheep in order to bring back Omega. We'll then go for Researcher here in order to activate 5. Pot. Guy we can't summon. Card we can't summon. Card we can't summon. Card we can't summon. And that's nothing. We got nothing. Put these 2 into a Naturia Beast. We'll then link these 2 off for a copy of SP Little Knight. We'll then Telesrion, banishing these 2 in order to put itself on the field, and then we'll go Omega, tributing that in order to put itself on the field. So this is a slight improvement. It took us how many free cards to get here? And I really shouldn't have. I should have used the one in Graveyard. But this is a Book of Moon, a Dryden, an SP, and an Imperial Order, right? Sky Striker fans, eat your heart out. So, what does the deck need? Whoops. So, is the deck going to be playable? No. Will the deck need another wave of support? Yes. Have I been saying that for the past 5 waves of Magnet Warrior support? Yes. Please just let me summon my Imperium Magnum. Please, I want to give them the Magnum Dong.